Welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Good morning, Las Vegas. What's going on? We are very excited to have you with us today on the Mark Hoke Show, wherever you're tuning in, whether it be on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the Talk in Las Vegas, that amazing Odyssey app. If you haven't downloaded that, I don't know why you haven't. All sorts of great shows on there from our station and many others in the Odyssey universe. And of course, also, we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook as well. Just go to the Mark Hoke Show and you can get in that chat box and say hi to us. There's a lot to talk about in the world of pro wrestling, and we're going to hit it all for you here on the Mark Hoke Show, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. Very happy to have you along for the ride, and there's a lot of you out there right now flying around Las Vegas. We're thrilled to have you in town for AEW Double or Nothing on a crazy pro wrestling weekend here. It has been something else, not just everything going on at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, but all around the city. It has been exciting as we get a taste, right? Of course, WrestleMania is going to be here coming up next year, and this is kind of how it feels, everybody. So brace yourselves. Of course, this is where it all started for AEW 5 years ago, as we just kind of settle in and get ready for another huge pay-per-view. And it is going to be an awesome night over at the MGM. I just looked, and there are still a few tickets available for AEW Double or Nothing. So don't wait, guys. If you're not doing anything today, well, I don't know what you're waiting for. Get your tickets, because this is going to be an awesome card. AEW Collision last night had a blast over there. Some terrific wrestling. And I'm going to tell you what, if you haven't been to some pro wrestling for a while, man, get out there. It is going to be a terrific, terrific show tonight. So come join us all out there at the MGM Grand Garden Arena for AEW Double or Nothing. I promise you, you are in for a show and a half tonight. Maybe a show and 3/4, to say the least. It's going to be an awesome evening. So get your tickets now, AEWTix.com. But I'll tell you what, it has been just an amazing weekend of pro wrestling. And by the way, of course, it is Memorial Day weekend. And, of course, remember all those that sacrificed for us to have our freedoms here in the United States of America. That's what this weekend's all about. So don't forget what the purpose of this amazing weekend is. And, you're getting your time off because a lot of people over the years have sacrificed for you. So don't forget what this weekend means as you celebrate, and take a little time to say a prayer for those that gave all for all of us. Of course, this weekend we already seen one pay-per-view. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Premium live event from World Wrestling Entertainment. That also took place over in Saudi Arabia with WWE King and Queen of the Ring. That went down. They're going to be here, of course, for NXT Battleground here in just a couple of weeks. So brace yourselves for that. They're going to be at the UFC Apex, just across the street from us, almost literally across the street from the Odyssey Studios. That's going to be an exciting week, and we're going to have a special announcement about an interview that may be coming up on that. We're just finalizing everything, so brace yourselves. It could be a very special week on the Mark Hoke Show next week. But King and Queen of the Ring going off yesterday. We're going to get into that a little bit. We're going to talk about everything that was going on in Vegas, and we had a very special interview. I got a chance to talk to Will Ospreay. That's right. One of the, maybe he is the best wrestler in the world, but it was a unique interview, to say the least, because We caught up to Will poolside at the MGM. You're not going to believe it. And if you're going to be watching on the live stream, man, I'll tell you what, this was something. But Will Ospreay joining us on the Mark Hoke Show. I think we were originally going to do it in the first hour because we had Dave Penzer scheduled, but unfortunately Dave had to cancel. Something came up for him, so we're gonna get. We promise you, we're gonna get Dave on the show, but unfortunately, it will not be this week. So we might save Will for the second hour because we'll probably dive in pretty hard into Double or Nothing in hour number 2. So Will Ospreay will be on the show hour 2. I think we're going to do it. So brace yourself for that. It was it was pretty incredible. So get ready for one of the top wrestlers in the world, Will Ospreay, join us on the Mark Hoke Show. Pretty cool. So what happened yesterday? There was actually matches of significance in Saudi Arabia. Can you believe it? I know. I'm shocked too. Something actually happened over there. Huh. Normally, when they have those pay-per-views over in Saudi, it's kind of a nice little show for everybody, or they make their big bucks for WWE and everybody gets paid and goes home. Oh, not this time. But yeah, some interesting goings on. Overall, the card was good. I don't have a problem with most of what happened in terms of results and so on. Once again, I get to pat myself on the back, do a little Barry Horowitz, because yes, from the beginning, I called who was going to win King and Queen of the Ring. You're welcome. Put me in the creative booth, guys. I know what I'm doing. 40 plus years of watching pro wrestling. Generally, I think I've got this somewhat down. But there were some interesting twists and turns along the way and some things that happened that I think were a little noteworthy, and we're going to get into all of that. We'll dive in first. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill defend their women's tag team championship against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. That was an interesting choice. And of course they win, no problem. But just a reminder, selling an injury though, don't skip to the ring if you're saying your knees hurt. Just a thought. Not trying to be mean. Gotta remember those little things though. But Bianca and Jade, they're getting it down as a team, and I like what they're doing. This is going to be a fun team to watch, and when they explode, oh baby, I hope it doesn't happen before SummerSlam. I hope they keep that going and maybe save that for WrestleMania, because when Jade's ready to roll against Bianca, man, that's going to be fun. That's the match everybody wants, to see those two super athletes just absolutely tear into each other. Just want to make sure Jade's ready for it. No doubt. But those two are really starting to put their teamwork together. And what would you expect from two incredible athletes like that? But Bianca and Jade get their win on the kickoff show, and nice job by those two, taking out Candice and Indy. The show kicks off with Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, the man, defending her WWE Women's World Championship and the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. Oh boy, here we go. And guess what? Dominic Mysterio decides to stick his nose in. Now, look, I'm sorry. I had a problem with this. I just didn't look. I get it. Mommy doesn't want Liv to win the title. Okay, I get it. Just let Becky handle it. So Dominic shows up at ringside. The match is going okay. Becky's got Liv right where she wants her. And Dominic pops up while Becky's in the got her in the disarmer. So for those that are somewhat new to pro wrestling, maybe tune in for the first time. So Becky's got Liv in her submission hold, and Dominic pops up. So what happens? Becky, let's go. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Why? Dominic should have just been sitting there clapping his hands and saying, yay! Woohoo! Becky's like, what are you doing? Why are you standing up? Why are you getting in here? And stops it. That wasn't what the plan would be. So then the chair goes in and he throws a chair to Becky while Liv's yelling at the ref. And Liv ends up dumping Becky on the chair and done. And Liv walks out with the title. And now, apparently, I guess we're going to dissolve the Judgment Day at some point here soon. Okay. But what was the point? I'm guessing you're doing a story where you're going to break Judgment Day up, I suppose. I don't want the Judgment Day to break up. I'm sorry. I don't. I like the Judgment Day. I think it's a good group. I just hate when you wreck something that's cool. Oh. But it just didn't, the initial, hey, I want Liv to win, so I'm going to distract Becky while she's winning. I don't know. Okay. But Liv Morgan walks out of Saudi Arabia with the WWE Women's World Championship. So congratulations to Liv, because, they weren't booking her too well, and now all of a sudden she's on fire. And I know that they have been planning to give her a good push for a while, and they've done a pretty good job. This little blip of execution, not so much, but pretty cool. So congratulations to Liv Morgan as she walks out of Saudi Arabia. A little bit of gold on her waist. Way to go. So that kind of got things rolling on the main card. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, some cool spots in this thing. Chad Gable, I love Chad Gable. He's that dude. So underrated. I can't wait till he wins a title finally. But man, he had both those guys up into the back suplex on them. Are you kidding me? And Bronson's not a small dude. Pretty cool. But apparently we're going to get Chad Gable and Otis at some point. And for those that don't know, I mean, obviously Chad was an Olympian, but Otis was a national level wrestler too. That'll be fun. Turn them loose. Let them go at it. Those will be some fun matches. But Sami Zayn way over with the Saudi crowd. He didn't want to go there for a long time for political reasons. But boy, they love him over there. That's for sure. Sammy's probably like, why didn't I go there before? Jeez, I'm over, man. But Sami walks out, still the Intercontinental Champion. All three, great match. Sami puts on a good show, and Bronson Reed looked good too. Everybody came out looking good on this one. So nice effort there. And then we get into the King and Queen of the Ring matches. Ooh. Got a little bit to say on those, including, did we have a little boo-boo? I think we did. We're going to talk about that when we come back here on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, best in pro wrestling news and entertainment on a double or nothing weekend here in Las Vegas. And what a weekend it's been. Had a lot of fun. I get to tell you about my Friday night too. I got out. I did stuff. Yes, I did. Single dad actually got out of the house. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
Let me run it by my lawyer.
is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings. All for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
Unsafe sleep conditions cause serious injury and even death to infants. Never sleep with your baby on a sofa, in a chair, or in an adult bed. Protect the baby you love from becoming a tragic statistic. The only safe place for your baby to sleep is alone, on its back, in a crib, and in your room. For more information, visit cribsforkids.org. That's cribsforkids.org. This message is sponsored by the Division of Public and Behavioral Health, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, Nevadans, prescriptions can be expensive. Let the Array RX discount card be your solution. Now available to all Nevada residents. Simply sign up for free, show your pharmacist your digital card, and save money. Receive discounts of up to 80% on certain medications. There are no age or income restrictions, and it only takes a minute to enroll. Visit ArrayRxCard.com to learn more and sign up today.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Join the Vegas Chamber today. Being a member of the Vegas Chamber sends a powerful message of credibility and that your business is connected to a larger community of organizations dedicated to ensuring Nevada is a great place to live, work, and do business. Joining the Vegas Chamber and becoming part of the largest business organization in Nevada has never been easier. Grow your business within your budget. Visit vegaschamber.com and join today. Sponsored by the Vegas Chamber in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
The LGBTQ Center of Las Vegas provides a range of health and wellness services in a safe and non-judgmental environment. You can get fast and comprehensive HIV testing, as well as screening for STIs for little to no cost. Appointments are recommended, but walk-ins are welcome. Located in the heart of Las Vegas near downtown, the center also provides an on-site pharmacy. Get more information at thecenterlv.org. This message is sponsored by a grant through the Sands Corporation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
1015 FM KDAWN. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And welcome back to the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 1015 FM. Talk Las Vegas. By the way, for those of you that haven't, I don't think I mentioned for a while, that voice is John Lindquist, by the way. Guy, longtime broadcaster in Las Vegas. He's in the Nevada Broadcasting Hall of Fame and operating out of Tennessee now. And John moved out of here just a little while ago. But if you're ever looking for voiceover work, just look him up, Jon Lindquist. He is awesome. Or just check with me. I'll get you hooked up. But he is incredible and just awesome voice work, does work for us for my show, Sports X Radio, and has done stuff for everybody in Las Vegas all over the place. So if you need voiceover work done, he is your guy. So just wanted to give John a little shout out there. And of course, welcome back to the Mark Hoke Show. By the way, don't forget Will Ospreay coming up hour number 2, the poolside interview. That's right. We're going to get funky like a monkey with Will Ospreay. That was something. It was, they were having some technical issues trying to get ready for Will, and he went down to the pool with his wife, and that's when we got him. So we get him when we get him. It was pretty unique, to say the least. So for those of you that'll be on the live stream, you're going to get to see that as well. That Will was actually hanging out by the pool at the MGM. I was like, all right, let's do it. It was interesting, but we had a lot of fun with Will Ospreay. So thanks to John at AEW for setting that up. But we'll hear from Will Ospreay in just a little bit in hour number 2. Back to what happened at WWE King and Queen of the Ring. So the crowns were on the line in Saudi Arabia. Nia Jax. A lot of people were like, Nia Jax. I wasn't. It's like, who needed the boost? And I saw that bracket and I was like, yeah, well, they're not going to let Jaden Bianca wrestle. That ain't happening. Yeah, I called that one. We had not, but I will say I did not have the final right. I was incorrect about that, but I did have the winner. But Nia Jax taking in Lyra Valkyria. And Lyra looked good. Great presentation. She had a terrific match, wrestled well. That was a great challenge for her. And I think we can all safely say that a few years ago, that match probably wouldn't have gone real well. But Nia has really done a terrific job. Give her credit. She has worked on her craft and done a fantastic job. But ouch, that finish. And I'm not criticizing it. Just that looked rough. Nia just squashed her. But Nia Jax is queen of the ring, and you could tell, even though she was trying to stay in heel mode, what a long road for her, and you could tell she was very emotional about getting that crown. And she will now face Bayley at SummerSlam. That'll be an interesting match. Do you take the title off Bayley? I don't think so. This is probably reward enough for Nia, but that will be intriguing. Very intriguing. Maybe you have a chance to put Nia up in that stratosphere of top women in WWE. That would be something. Of course, she's been kind of getting into it with Bianca and Jade a little bit, especially Jade. Do you kind of push that out a little bit? Maybe work one of those two of them into the women's title picture. I don't know. Intriguing possibility. I hate to see Bayley lose. I love Bayley to death. But yeah, big win for Nia Jax as she finishes off a nice run to Queen of the Ring. And then we get to the men's. And an awesome match. Other than one moment, I have no complaints about the match. Terrific battle between Gunther and Randy Orton, as you would expect. And, we talked about Will Ospreay, and you'll hear me ask him about, being considered one of, if not the best wrestler in the world. But Gunther's got to be right up there, too. And I think it's because maybe he doesn't do as much, I want to say, spectacular aerial stuff. He does do things off the top rope, and he does do a lot of, he's much more of a power wrestler. I don't think that maybe he gets that credit that he deserves for being one of the top pro wrestlers in the world. But boy, I'll tell you, do you want to pay to see that guy go with just about anybody? Hell yeah. Gunther's incredible. I mean, I will still never forget those matches with Dragunov that he had a few years ago. Top notch stuff. Very painful. And you can see Randy Orton wrestle Gunther. I mean, it's almost like a badge of honor. Like when somebody ends up walking out of the ring, you can see that they've been chopped to shreds. It's almost, you don't even have to know who the person was in the ring with. All you have to do is look at their chest, and you just say, "Hey, you wrestled Gunther?" Yeah, it's done. But a great match. But unfortunately, and it's looking like this was a botch, Randy's shoulder was up when the 3 count happened. And so Triple H had to get on and say, yeah, the shoulder was up. So, we'll referee's decision final, da-da-da-da-da. So maybe we'll get a rematch, which is cool. And Randy was kind of selling the knee injury the whole time during the match. But it was a terrific match, as you would expect from those two guys. But Gunther gets the Duke, as our old friend Gorilla Monsoon used to say. And he now heads to SummerSlam, at least for the moment, to face Damian Priest for that world title. Now, the other announcement came up that Drew McIntyre will be facing Priest at Clash at the Castle in the meantime. So now what? You guys out there, if you're in the chat box or you just want to hop in there real quick at YouTube or Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show, climb on in there or, say hi on Twitter. We'll keeping an eye on that too. Who will be facing Gunther at Clash at the Castle. There's some possibilities. Because obviously, or at SummerSlam, excuse me. Because obviously you have Drew McIntyre probably wants to get his world title back. Would you like to see Drew taking on Gunther? Does CM Punk recover in time and somehow manage to interject himself into this whole thing? Do you keep it on Damian Priest? Man, this is fun. That is one of the great things about how deep this WWE roster is right now, that you could go a number of ways. And if you remember back just a few years ago, when we started doing the show back a few years ago, and we're actually coming up on the 3-year anniversary of this show, WWE was just mired in mediocrity. And it's just, you had no challengers. It was pretty much the Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns show. Struggled to find anybody else that had been built up enough to even consider putting in the main event picture. And when they did, they were just going to get destroyed. Now, geez, you feel like a third of the roster could challenge for the world title. Either of them. So this is going to be very intriguing to see where they take this for SummerSlam. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who's going to be in the ring with Gunther at SummerSlam? But, oh man, is that a shadow looming around? I can't wait. I kind of wish it'd be Dragunov. I don't know why. I just want to see that match again. I really do. Those two are just a great pairing. Just let them fight for an hour at SummerSlam. I know it's not going to happen, but that'd be all right. But how much fun would it be to see CM Punk and Gunther at some point? And I'm everybody knows how I feel about Punk, but I love him in the ring. But CM Punk and Gunther, yeah, I'd be all right with that one. But we have a new King Gunther. I like the sound of that. And then we get to the main event. Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul. And Logan, I'm sorry. You will see, unfortunately for you, this is a Powerade in my hand. Normally I've got the Prime, but today it's a Powerade. There was a 3 for $6 special. Sorry. Not drinking Powerade this week because you lost, my friend. But I still love the Prime. But a pretty outstanding match. Kind of interesting. You had a little interjection from the Saudi personality to stop Logan from using his brass knuckles. I kind of think it's time for the brass knuckles to go away. Because quite frankly, it's distracting from how good Logan Paul is. The dude can go. And it is absolutely amazing the time and effort that he has put in to be that successful in the ring. If you think about the people he's gotten into the ring with and looked as great as he has, man, that is something special. And you almost, I don't know, you almost felt like he was going to win. He could have won that thing yesterday and everybody might have been okay with it to a point. Obviously, Cody's not losing. But, Logan looked fantastic. Cody Rhodes does get out of there with a win. But one thing that I did notice that has been popping up a lot, and I think this has been a great difference. And you're actually seeing this on a lot of wrestling broadcasting, especially, WWE, AEW, is the Kevin Dunn style is fading quickly. Thank God. I mean, nothing against Kevin, who, obviously did great work for WWE for a long time. The epileptic cutscenes, they could disappear forever. Thank God. They're terrible. I hate them. They did them one time recently. I can't remember what show it was on. And I just was like, what are you doing? No, stop. Don't do that. But the shot that they did when Logan did the frog splash onto Cody when he was on the announce table, where they went around him and shot it from the backside where you were following him going down, was fantastic. Never happened in the Kevin Dunn era. Never, never, never. You're seeing all sorts of new angles, new ideas, new ways of following the wrestlers from when they're walking out. I mean, just great, great stuff. And it's really freshened up the WWE product and just making it even better. And kudos to the new production team over there. It's almost like they've just been turned loose since who is gone. And, kudos to them. I mean, just really is making it a lot more enjoyable product to watch. So, it's great. And AEW is doing a lot of the same things too. We're seeing some really cool camera angles from AEW as well. It's like there used to be this standard, this is the way we shoot pro wrestling. And it's over the past couple of years, it's changing. And now we're seeing some neat stuff from WWE. And they're using the capabilities that they have. And I think that's just, it's good for the fans, and it's good to really make it seem like a much more professional production and taking it to a level where it's something like, you would see with the NFL or the NBA. And, it's outstanding. Really is. So kudos to WWE for switching up that production. Gotta like that. And of course, we're here on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, Talk Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm rambling, but we're talking about the WWE King and Queen of the Ring tournament. And of course, now the fallout. Cody, who's the next opponent? That is a hell of a question. This is intriguing now because you have Cody kind of sitting around and waiting. And, a lot of people right now are saying that The Rock is going to be his opponent at WrestleMania. How do we get there? They're forming a new bloodline. Solo Sikoa and the gang get a little crazy out there. We haven't seen Roman Reigns since WrestleMania. So how do we get to the final boss, if that is for sure the plan? Or do we maybe make it ahead of a table match? I don't know. I'm intrigued by Cody and The Rock, but I think I would be much more intrigued by Roman and The Rock. That's just me. But we'll see who's next up for Cody. And obviously, we're starting to line up SummerSlam, which, by the way, if you didn't hear, 2026 has been announced. Not 2025, 2026, as they will be headed to Minneapolis. We'd like to congratulate Minneapolis for their consolation prize after we got WrestleMania. But they'll be getting a 2-day SummerSlam. That's right, kids. SummerSlam is going to be 2 days starting in 2026. Maybe they'll do it 2 days in 2025. We'll find out. But Minneapolis has been given SummerSlam, and it will be a 2-day event in August. So pretty exciting stuff there for Minneapolis. Hopefully the city will be in a little better shape by then. But it was nice little gift for them after WrestleMania was given to us here in Las Vegas. So pretty big announcement there. Of course, SummerSlam will be in Cleveland this year. So looking forward to all the excitement out there in Ohio coming up, as we're already seeing a few matches on this card building up, and we still got a pay-per-view in the middle of it. So pretty exciting stuff happening there as we get ready for SummerSlam and Clash at the Castle for WWE. And of course, we're getting ready for AEW Double or Nothing right here in Las Vegas today. That's right, kids. Still some tickets available over at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, AEWTix.com. We'd love to see you over there. But one person you'll be seeing and hearing from in just a little bit is Will Ospreay. We're going to hear from him in hour number 2 here on the Mark Hoke Show. Maybe the best wrestler in the world. We're excited for it. So stick around, everybody. We've got a whole lot more coming up on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN. We'll be right back.
Listen to the Texas Corners Bible Church every Saturday night at 7 p.m. and Sunday night at 10 p.m. on 101.5 FM.
This Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th at Nevada SPCA, it's Finley Toyota Certified Pre-Owned Pet Sale, where they're paying the adoption fees for all dogs, cats, and small pets ages 6 months and up. Celebrate Memorial Day by giving a homeless pet from Nevada SPCA a new loving home courtesy of Finley Toyota Certified Pre-Owned Pet Sale this Monday, where adoption fees are waived for dogs, cats, and small pets 6 months and older.
Find happiness, Nevada SPCA.
In Nevada, anything that goes into the storm drain goes directly to our local waterways, which can pollute Nevada's lakes and rivers. Nevada is the driest state in the nation, and we must work together to preserve our limited water resources for future generations of Nevadans. Here's some waterway wisdom so you can help do your part this spring. Clean up vehicle leaks and spills. Scoop your dog's poop, bag it, and discard it. Apply fertilizers and pesticides sparingly. Avoid sprinkler runoff. Don't litter. Secure trash in bins. Keep contaminants out of our storm drains. Use waterway wisdom. And remember, only rain should go into the storm drain. Join us in preserving Nevada's waters for future generations by visiting lovenvwaters.com and following us on social media. This message sponsored by the Nevada Department of Transportation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Join the Vegas Chamber today. Being a member of the Vegas Chamber sends a powerful message of credibility and that your business is connected to a larger community of organizations dedicated to ensuring Nevada is a great place to live, work, and do business. Joining the Vegas Chamber and becoming part of the largest business organization in Nevada has never been easier. Grow your business within your budget. Visit vegaschamber.com and join today. Sponsored by the Vegas Chamber in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ready for your next vacation? Not so fast. Before you hit the road, remember these healthy habits to keep yourself and others safe and sanitary. Wash your hands after using the restroom, before eating and after blowing your nose. Sanitize airplane seats and tray tables. Sneeze or cough into a tissue or your elbow. And avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Lastly, make sure you're up to date on all your routine vaccines, including the COVID-19 vaccine. It's also important to get tested when necessary, such as if you develop COVID-19 symptoms before, during, or after travel. If you'll be traveling to visit someone who is at a higher risk of getting very sick from COVID-19, or if you're in a situation with a greater risk of exposure during travel. Pack these tips on your next adventure. And remember, travel safely, Nevadans. This message is sponsored by a CDC grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
For 30 years, the LGBTQ Center of Nevada has been a safe and welcoming place to celebrate and serve the entire community. The center advocates for the empowerment and safety of everyone. It provides wellness services for better mental, physical, and holistic health. And the center connects people to the community. Learn more at thecenterlv.org. This message is sponsored by a grant through the Sands Corporation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tune in to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guys, Aaron and Jacob Taylor, every Saturday at 3 p.m. on 101.5.
This week's guests will be Ken Diaz and Brianna Johnson from the Clark County Assessor's Office.
The Real Estate Guy.
101.5 FM KDAWN. You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
And let's get back to it here. The best of pro wrestling news and entertainment on a Double or Nothing weekend here in Las Vegas. And man, I'll tell you what a weekend it has been. All sorts of fun in town, to say the least. It has been just a absolute blast. Man, I love when the pay-per-views come to town. The AEW Collision comes to town, SmackDown. There's always just a lot of neat stuff going on. And, I wanted to take a minute to a few minutes to talk about just some of the other stuff that's going on as well. A couple of news and notes first. Uh, Apparently, we talked a little bit last week's show about Natalia and mentioned that, my personal opinion that even though she's got a pretty good gig, that, I kind of think AEW would be the home. I think she should go over there and tear things apart with AEW. And I'm sure there's some AEWites that are listening to the show right now. But apparently, according to news reports, that she is keeping all her options open. She has, some projects she's working on and some other things she wants to do. And of course, the Owen Hart tournament is going to be coming up here in just a little bit because AEW did announce that the 2024 Owen Hart Cup is going to be in July. And boy, you can't help but think that, especially since now he's really been digging into, the Hart family legacy and lately and just making, with biopics and all that stuff. You can't just help but feel that would be a great fit. I know she loves it there and her husband's working there, but it would just seem to feel right. I just don't feel like she's gotten what she totally, at least in ring, has deserved from WWE over the years. I would love to see her go to AEW. I think it would be a lot of fun to give her a great run there. But like I said, she is apparently still heavily considering what her next move is going to be. And she's only a couple weeks away from that contract running out. So she's been doing a lot of training with a lot of different people at the Heart Dungeon. And boy, I think it would be great. I just, a good change of pace for her. So we'll see what happens with Natty. Of course, there was also some news over the last week or so total. Just talking about WrestleMania 40, and they're still talking about the finish or the match with Cody Rhodes and how The Rock was trying to make it The Rock and Roman Reigns. And, there were discussions about how Cody was, when he was stepped aside, that he was supposed to be like, yeah, go get him, Rock, get him, Dwayne, you take care of it. What did they expect from Cody? Are you serious? They were going to send him out there and be like, yeah, man, this thing that I've been working for 2 years that I was so excited about, after I was in the main event in LA and for some reason they didn't let me win there. And I won the Royal Rumble. And you're going to say, oh, yay, Rocky, go, Rocky, go. He was just going to stand out there and do a little dance and be happy. Come on. But Brian Gerwitz, of course, was like, no. But apparently they had this whole thing planned out, and apparently Roman Reigns and and Triple H didn't want this to happen. They were going to have apparently there were some plans in place that they wanted to do, that The Rock was going to win and vacate the title and have that People's Championship belt that The Rock had. He was going to say, I'm the People's Champ, and walk out the door. Are you kidding? So you were going to screw Cody, have The Rock win the championship, and then vacate it? Gotta be nuts. What a terrible idea. All those years of building up Roman just to have The Rock stroll in. Yeah, The Rock says, no, I'm The Rock. Come on. You had all those years. I want you, everybody, to think back with all that complaining about Brock Lesnar being a part-timer, and people were even complaining a little bit too that Roman was not wrestling as much as people thought that he should. And then you're going to have The Rock just pop in the door and walk out, I'm the people's champ with my new people's champ belt. No. Come on. Oh, my God. And you were going to do that in Philadelphia? No way. Oh, thank God. Thank God some people were thinking. The people's champ. Ah. Okay. Sure. So, anyway, okay. I feel better now. I feel better on the Mark Hoke Show. I'm Mark Hoke, by the way. Thanks for being with us on KDAWN. Now, did some really cool things here on Friday. Wanted to thank Nigel McGuinness. Had a great time once again at Nigel's Magic and Mental show. I was over at the Ahern, by the way. Great place, by the way. I've never been to the comedy venue over there. Had been there for conventions and stuff. As you remember, I got Cobra clutched by Sergeant Slaughter in the building, and but had a great time. Neat little venue. I know and I think Tyrus is going to be over there, by the way. So might want to check that out. But had an awesome time saying hi to Nigel and watching the show again. That is such a great show. If you next time AEW is in town and they're doing that show, highly recommend it. Really do. And then that same night, I went to Hunkamania, and no, it's not a strip show or anything like that. Ryan and Nick Nemeth's comedy show had a bunch of different comedians up there. But it was, Nick obviously finished the show off, but Big Bill was in the ring too doing comedy. That was cool. But one of the funniest things of the night was, of course, the Micromania gang was in the same room, and they had the Micromania ring set up, and Big Bill was in there. And it's kind of a low ceiling at the Nerd over there where they do that. So you had Big Bill in a low ceiling in a Micromania ring. that was quite the sight. But I got to give kudos to all those guys that are doing stand-up comedy, because it is not stand-up comedy. I think is probably the toughest form of entertainment to do. Making people laugh is so incredibly difficult. And for the Nemeths and Bill and everybody else who was doing the comedy that night, there was a magical act too. And I apologize. They were on Penn and Teller's show as well. Man, it is so hard to do that. And I give them a ton of credit. I mean, that is really putting yourself out there, so big props to those guys for Nick and Ryan and Bill to do that. But it was a lot of fun, a lively crowd in there. And, of course, the Nerd's just a fun venue to go over to and have a great time. So just, thanks to those guys having us out there, and had an awesome time doing that as well. And, because of my schedule, people that know me know I don't get a lot of free time. I actually took the night off work to go to both of those shows. So just thanks, guys. Had an awesome time. And, when you get a chance to see Hunkamania and you get a chance to see Nigel's show, highly recommend them. Take the time out. It was a lot of fun. Well, when we come back, we're getting ready to head to hour number 2 here on the Mark Hoke Show. Double or Nothing's in town. And one guy that's definitely having a good old time. I guess that beatdown that he took on Wednesday. Good call, guys. Way to go, Wardlow. Way to go, Roderick Strong. Because you forced Will Ospreay to have to sit on the sidelines. So he was hanging out at the pool. We got to interview him. Worked for me. So Will Ospreay coming up in hour number 2. And we're going to take a look at that Double or Nothing card. And get your tickets. There's still a few left. AEWTix.com. the MGM Grand Garden Arena this afternoon. It's starting at 4 o'clock, so get down there. We'll be right back with more on the Mark Hoke Show. MarkHokeShow.com, and, of course, at Mark Hoke Show on X. And the Mark Hoke Show, that's all you got to do is Google it up. Stick around, everybody. Hour 2 coming up. We'll be right back.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit MarkHokeShow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show, and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join the Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.
If you're starting to think more about retirement and you have questions, why not get some help by listening to Golden Years, a roadmap to navigate retirement with host Mark Cordner every Saturday at noon, right here on 101.5.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park, or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Visit your Southern Nevada Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Nevadans, prescriptions can be expensive. Let the Array RX discount card be your solution. Now available to all Nevada residents. Simply sign up for free. Show your pharmacist your digital card and save money. Receive discounts of up to 80% on certain medications. There are no age or income restrictions, and it only takes a minute to enroll, so you can get back to doing what makes you happy.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're pregnant, and no matter what you do, no matter what you try, you can't stop using alcohol, drugs, or tobacco. But no matter how lost you are, how far along you are, it's not too late. There's always hope, and there are many safe places that can help you stop using. In Nevada, pregnant women are given the highest priority for substance use treatment. Low-cost treatment options may be available so you and your baby can get healthy now. If you or someone you love is pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant and using alcohol, drugs, or tobacco, visit SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org or call 211 to find help today. SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org also has resources for healthcare providers, friends, and family. If you want to help someone who's pregnant and using, visit SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org or call 211 today. Sponsored by the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health and in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
You know your customers. Ralph likes his coffee black on Fridays, but Mondays he takes a little cream. Jennifer comes in every 3 years when her lease is up to get the newer and better model. And for some reason, pepperoni pizza sells like crazy on Friday nights. Who knew? At Odyssey, we have the expertise to get your media plan done right. With ads like you're hearing right now, to targeted social media campaigns, search engine optimization, and location-based advertising. Advertise with Odyssey and help us grow your business. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Hunt Bono, inviting you to listen to The Dennis Bono Show with great music, fun, and artists appearing in Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, every Sunday, 6 p.m. on 101.5 FM.
KMXB HD3 Henderson, K268CS Las Vegas. Always live on the free Odyssey app. 101.5 FM KDAWN.
Killer weather overnight. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Tornadoes in Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas causing several deaths. Fox's Kevin Uretsky has the latest.
At least 7 people died in Texas as storms brought tornadoes and tennis ball-sized hail to the area. Ray Sappington is the Cook County Sheriff. He spoke to Fox and Friends Weekend.
We are still in a search and rescue mode. We've had a couple of hours of daylight, and the damage is really devastating.
He says, though, he is grateful for the help his community is receiving from others.
It's been an amazing response from surrounding counties and cities, with various fire departments and law enforcement agencies who responded.
2 people were killed in Oklahoma after a tornado hit Mays County. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
At least one person also died in northwest Arkansas in the storms. More than 260,000 people in 5 states reported to be without power. Sirens ringing in Tel Aviv today for the first time in 6 months. Air raids, as Hamas says it's launched a big missile attack on the central part of Israel. The IDF says a number of the projectiles were intercepted by the Iron Dome after being launched from the southern city of Rafah, where Israeli forces recently launched an incursion. The attack comes as Egyptian officials say hostage and ceasefire talks were set to resume in Cairo day after tomorrow. Rapper Nicki Minaj got herself into trouble leaving the Netherlands, as Fox's Chantley Painter explains.
Police arrested the 41-year-old at Amsterdam's airport on Saturday, accusing her of having marijuana. The singer is currently on a world tour to promote her new album. Minaj was fined and eventually allowed to continue on her trip, but she had to postpone her Manchester, England show.
Minaj posted video of her arrest on social media, says she believes the cops wanted to make her miss her concert. America's listening to Fox News.
Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
I'm Ben Domenech, Fox News contributor and editor of the Transom.com daily newsletter, and I'm inviting you to join a conversation every week with the smartest thinkers out there about the issues Americans face and where we're going as a nation. This show will feature deep dive interviews with newsmakers and some of your favorite Fox News analysts. I hope you'll join me as we dive into the fray. It's the Ben Domenech Podcast.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It is hour number 2 of the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the dawn of Double or Nothing Day, the 5th edition here in Las Vegas. Very excited to have you all with us. It's a beautiful day in Las Vegas. I mean, a nice 90 degrees and sunny. I hope Tony Khan and the gang are well rested, kicking it back down at the pool at the MGM as they get ready for what should be an incredible card tonight. Oh man, there's some suspenseful moments. I was talking with some other members of the media yesterday over at AEW Collision, which was a lot of fun and had some, well, shall we say, some chest pounding moments. Mariah May. Leave it at that. But it was a lot of fun. But it was there are a few matches I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight. Normally I'm pretty on top of this stuff. But I am intrigued by some of these today. If you are asking me to pick some of these, I don't know. We're going to get into it as the show goes on. But I got to be frank, I don't know if I could pick even half these matches today, which is good. It's about time. I want to know who's going to win. I mean, normally I can go down through these and I'm usually like 11-1. Usually Tony's got about 12 matches on the card. I don't want to be 11-1. I want to be like 7-5. I want to get shocked. So hit me, Tony. Come on. Let's do it, man. Let's do it, Tony Khan. Let's wake this thing up a little bit. But it's going to be an exciting day here in Las Vegas. AEW Double or Nothing, MGM Grand Garden Arena. I said it's still some tickets available, and a lot of them, the ones that are left, I think. I think I did see a couple of resales, but they're down low. But you can get in there for like $30, $35, I think, with the fees. So bring the family down, man. It's going to be a great time, and I promise you're going to really enjoy yourselves. So if you haven't decided if you're going to go or not, the decision is yes, go join us. And here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to get you pumped up for this show. You know how I'm going to do that? I'm going to do that by introducing this guy, Will Ospreay, one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet. We're going to hear from him as he gets ready to face off with Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship. And believe it or not, we caught up with him at the pool. That's right. They were having some issues with some connectivity stuff, and we actually caught up with Will Ospreay poolside at the MGM. So what do you say we hear from the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay? All right, everybody, and we are on the Mark Hoke Show, and boy, are we live. We've got, well, of course, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Guy has got more 5-star plus matches than anybody in history from Dave Meltzer. He's going to be challenging Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship Sunday at AEW Double or Nothing right here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. But right now, he's taking a little time at the pool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I am.
Will
Ospreay. I'm actually like rubbing some lotion on my wife's back right now, bro.
That's great. Will, how are you doing, man? It seems like you recovered a little bit from that beatdown on Wednesday.
Mate, listen, I'm in Vegas. I'm going to enjoy myself. I've been told to rest by my doctors until tomorrow when you can get some actual proper therapy done on my body after I got jumped by Wardlow. My head's all fixed up over there. Got a couple cuts over there, but I'm feeling good, my man. I'm by the pool. I'm enjoying Vegas.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, man. So, well, I'm very glad. This is great, man. I've never done a poolside interview before. This is amazing.
No, man. I'm a little bit different to everyone else. I'm enjoying myself, boss.
Well, there you go.
I'm not what you exactly call a professional.
That's what you got to do. Well, that's what happens when you're one of the best in the world, man.
I mean, I can only say that's your opinion. That's everyone else's view of me. But I'm just trying to do my best. And if it's not good enough for certain people, I can't really help that. But other than that, man, I feel like I'm doing a good job. Otherwise, I wouldn't be fighting for the international title this Sunday.
Well, this did get a little bit personal now. Of course, what happened on Wednesday. I know you're pretty excited about this match, trying to win this title, but with what happened, man, this is going to get a little nasty, I think, on Sunday afternoon.
I mean, it's always been a bit nasty between myself and Roderick because there's always been that lack of respect between the pair of us. And now things have just escalated. I mean, the blood is on that belt now. And like I said, my spirit is now bonded with that championship. So my duty is this Sunday to rip that thing away from Roderick Strong.
Well, we're going to look forward to seeing that. But, a lot of people have said, of course, that you are probably the best wrestler in the world. How much work did it take to get there? And we have a lot of people here that on the independent scene that, have a lot of respect for what you do. Tell us a little bit about the road to getting to possibly being the top wrestler on the planet.
I mean, look, it's about humility most of all. It's about realizing that you're not good at everything, and the way that you're going to get better at this is by throwing yourself into the deep end, man. And that's what I did when I went to Japan. I was 22 years old, boss. 22 years old. I didn't know a lick of Japanese at all. Could barely speak English, mate. Could barely speak English as it is now. So for me, it was all about just applying myself and learning from all of my peers over in Japan. And man, listen, I don't say often. I do feel like right now I'm the best in the world at what I do, and I'm doing my very best to just live up to everybody's expectations. But a lot of this is all about humility, and a lot of it is about saying I don't think I'm the best all the time, but as long as I'm giving everything that I've got, I believe in that ring right now, bell to bell, no one's doing better than me.
Well, and of course, you're doing an AEW, and I know that was a really interesting decision for you. We've talked about that a lot. But are you happy that you joined AEW now? Because it sure seems like you got a lot of freedom with the family and everything. You got to be excited about being AEW with all these great talent around you and everything that's happening with it so far.
Man, honestly, like, I'm enjoying it. And like you said, it was so difficult for me to leave Japan because that was my home, man. That was my bread and butter for so many years. But I can't tell you enough, man. I'm overwhelmed by the response that I've been getting, man. Like, the fact that I've been blessed with this opportunity to be in front of these fans, to be able to constantly go home, to be with my wife and to be with my missus, to be with my kid, and just to look after my family was the main thing. But I can't tell you how blessed and how grateful I am to get to be a part of this industry and get to be part of AEW.
Well, what do you want to get out of AEW? Now, you're going to be one of the front guys for this organization now, and a lot of people are expecting big things out of you and taking AEW to a new level. What do you want to do with AEW now that you're one of the front guys?
I want to inspire, man. Like, my whole thing is work ethic. If you look at any of the matches, and if you take them, like, whatever you want to take about those 5-star matches, right? Like, some people can take it, some people can leave it. But, like, the least that you could say about me is that I don't work hard. I work extremely hard. So this is all about laying down a foundation for years to come. I want, like, the Nick Waynes, the youth of, like, AEW to look at what I'm doing, and in 10 years' time, carry on that same work ethic, because this has been such an eye-opening experience to leave Japan and England, where I was so comfortable, and to come over here and to not take my foot off the gas pedal, my friend, to keep pushing forward and to keep inspiring the next generation, and to spread our wings, man. We showed everyone that All In was a complete success. There's so many more markets of wrestling out there. Japan, Australia, all over Europe, Mexico. I want to go visit everywhere and to show AEW's message there. This is where the best wrestle.
Well, I think one thing that's been very interesting about AEW is it seems like a lot of the great technical wrestlers have ended up in AEW. You know, you and Okada and Danielson. Is that a coincidence, or is that just something that how it worked out? I mean, because it's really exciting to see that style of wrestling going on, you know, and Zack Saber's been making appearances there too. Is that something that just worked out that way, or is that a challenge that you guys were looking forward to taking that style of wrestling into AEW?
Well, for me, man, like, just the ideology of what AEW is the catchphrase. It is where the best wrestle. And, like, certain people aren't gonna, like, match that style of where the best wrestle. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for me, the whole idea and the whole aspiration of that is searching for the best wrestlers, the best bell-to-bell competitors that there are in the world, and bringing them to AEW. And apparently I fit that mold, my friends. Like, and for me, it's such an amazing experience to get to share locker rooms with guys like Bryan Danielson. It should be applauded so much that Adam Copeland has completely changed from who he was on the opposite channel and has adapted to what our style is. I think he's always had it in him, eh? But, like, he's now showing everyone that he belongs with AEW, and, like, what a blessing it is to have that guy in the dressing room. I really do think, like, if you think that you're the best at this craft, then this is the place for you.
And of course, we're on the Mark Hoke Show with Will Ospreay, who's going to be challenging Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship. And, you know, I think one thing that I've noticed with AEW is that, you know, you guys are starting to be able to it's a very nostalgic organization, but there's a lot of talk about getting more younger fans involved. And as a guy who's in his 30s, what are you looking to do to try to bring younger fans into professional wrestling and into AEW?
It's always difficult because, like, once again, the sport is always constantly evolving. Using using social media to our advantage, because I do believe, speaking as an ADHD kid, we are currently in like an ADHD generation and people work so hard to keep anybody's attention. So using social media to our advantage by, like, getting these crazy moments, whether it's like somebody jumping off a cage or or the violence that we show, where we can actually show the blood that's coming out of us, and then order a camera backstage to say, get this on camera right now and put it out there to the world. So getting to take full advantage of that. But like our whole movement is like what we grew up watching. Like I grew up watching TNA. I grew up watching Ring of Honor. I grew up watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, Dragon Gate and Noah. So showing that and then putting that over to our youth, because that is what captures the young people's imagination. And once we get that and we combine that with our TV audience, yeah, it's going to be a slow burn, but like within years to come, we'll be talking about this generation of AEW being presented right now.
And of course, you know, AJ Styles was one of your great inspirations. You know, tell us a little bit about the people like AJ that inspired you to get into pro wrestling and what that's meant to you over your career.
I mean, AJ was different, right? Because no one was doing it like he was doing it, right? And then from him came the X Division, where there wasn't about weight limits, it was about no limits. That speaks volumes to our generation, because for years there has been this weird class scene of pro wrestling. This is what pro wrestling looks like, and you either like it or you love it, right? Yeah, sorry, you love it or you don't, right? AJ Styles for me broke that barrier and showed us all that there is a different style out there. And not only just that, once that happens, then you started seeing places like Japan come up. You saw people like Ring of Honor putting the camera and the spotlight on pure professional wrestling. It's out there, and that's the best bit about AEW right now, is that it's a complete variety show. If you think that you're the best tag wrestler, oh, we've got that here. Do you think we've got the best high flyers? Yeah, we do, because we've got them all here. Do you think we've got the best storytellers for our current generation? Yeah, we've got that here. And do you want the best bell-to-bell professional wrestling? We've got that. So that's why like guys like AJ inspired our generation into creating that movement.
Man, I got to tell you, I'm already excited for Sunday. Man, you're getting me all pumped up here, Will. This is a blast. I can tell you're excited to be here in Vegas.
Man, like I'm living up. Can you not see where I'm at, mate? Look at this. I'm enjoying myself, bro. But like, no, man, this weekend means the world to me. The fact that I am in contention for this belt with the lineage and the respect that it has behind it already, for me now, I know that I can elevate that belt. And I'm so excited because this is only the start for me. The International Championship is only the starting blocks. So I implore all of you guys, don't hop on the train too late. It's my time now. It's now or never. Because once I get that belt, I'm taking AEW to whole new heights.
What's special about Las Vegas to you? I know we just had you here a little bit a while ago when you wrestled Josh Alexander. What does Vegas mean to you, and how exciting is it for all of you guys when you come here? Because it's just a little bit of a different place, as we can see right now.
Mate, of course it's a different place. It's a place to celebrate. It's the place to gamble everything that you have on yourself. Do you honestly think that you are the best? Do you think that your hand is better than mine? Of course I do. And this is why Sunday is so important. I believe thoroughly in my heart of hearts, no one in the world is doing it like me right now. And Las Vegas supports it. If you think that you are the best, bet it all. It's double or nothing, baby. Am I going to walk out with the National Championship in my heart? I say I am. I believe it, I feel it, and the AEW fans feel it. And that's why I'm going all in for this bad boy.
Well, we can't wait to see it. And, you know, of course, one other thing coming up for you, too. You already did one big show at Wembley. We got another one coming up. What does that mean to you to get another shot to be at Wembley Stadium in front of your home fans and another 80,000 people?
Mate, doing that was one of the greatest moments of my life, man. I got to walk down Wembley Stadium when not even like some of the best wrestlers that you think have walked down, mate. And I wasn't even with the company at that point. Now I'm a fully fledged member. I'm an all elite member, bro. So this is what it's all about for me. Now when we come back, the people have already got a taste. They're starting to see the journey. They're starting to understand the man. But you don't understand it until you come over with me to Wembley Stadium, until you live in that audience with me. Because all those people are my family, man. They've been through every little bit of the journey with me. From wrestling in the Resistance Gallery in Bethnal Green, to the Electric Ballroom in Camden, to York Hall, Bethnal Green with Revolution Pro Wrestling, to the Copper Box Arena. There isn't a better spirit, there isn't a better vibe than coming down to London. Now doing it, times everything that you've ever felt by about 100. There's going to be 80,000 people in there, bro. And I want everyone around there for that journey.
Well, you know what? I think I'm going to get a stamp on the passport this year, Will. You got me excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to Wembley, and I'm ready for AEW Double or Nothing this weekend. I can't wait. And I can't wait to see you win that championship.
Yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate the support. I appreciate everyone. I'm hurting and I'm banged up. I've not been allowed to work out these last couple of days because of the beating that I have. I've got tomorrow. That's it. I've got tomorrow and then I'm back on it. So I'm nervous and I'm scared, but those nerves only fuel how good I am of a professional wrestler I am, my friends. I thank you all for all the support, and I promise you all, when the lights are on bright, no one performs better than the Billy Gunn.
Well, we can't wait, Will. Hey, and well, I'm going to let you get back to your wife in the pool, but thank you for taking the time out to join us. This has been one of the most unique interviews I've gotten to do, and got to do it with one of the best in the world. Thank you for taking the time for joining me on the Mark Hoke Show. I do appreciate it, and all the best to you on Sunday at Double or Nothing, my friend.
Yeah, all the best, my friend. Thank you so much for your time and patience. I appreciate you. Thank you for everyone that listened. Thank you for the support. Go to www.awtix.com. See where we're at in your place, because if I'm here, you definitely know this place is going to go to the next level.
That we can't wait. We'll see you on Sunday, Will. Thanks for the time, brother.
See you, mate. Have a lovely day. Enjoy yourself.
You got it. You too. And there you go. Will Ospreay, poolside. Oh, my God. If you aren't ready for AEW Double or Nothing after that, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have a heart. That was exciting. But, yeah, and, of course, Will Ospreay, certainly one of the most incredible wrestlers to coming along in a long time. And he has just gotten the job done, and he's going to have another fantastic match with Roderick Strong today. I would predict he's probably going to walk out with that international title, but you never know. Got the Undisputed Kingdom behind Roderick, so maybe some shenanigans will happen, but that's going to be a terrific match. And, of course, if you were here for TNA, you got to see him take on Josh Alexander, and what an incredible match that was as well. He is just, simply put, one of the best on the planet, and you have a chance to see him tonight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. So make sure you got the time, come on down. We'd love to see you. And when we come back, we're going to take a look at that card. It is going to be an outstanding evening. See what we think about what's going to happen tonight at AEW Double or Nothing. So stick around, everybody. We've got a whole lot more here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN 101.5 FM and streaming on the Odyssey app, and also live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Love to hear what you think. Who's going to walk out as the TNT champ, the world champ? It's going to be something else. We'll be right back.
Listen to the Texas Corners Bible Church every Saturday night at 7 p.m. and Sunday night at 10 p.m. on 101.5 FM.
Hey, Nevadans, prescriptions can be expensive. Let the Array RX discount card be your solution. Now available to all Nevada residents. Simply sign up for free, show your pharmacist your digital card, and save money. Receive discounts of up to 80% on certain medications. There are no age or income restrictions, and it only takes a minute to enroll. Visit ArrayRxCard.com to learn more and sign up today.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
The LGBTQ Center of Las Vegas provides a range of health and wellness services in a safe and non-judgmental environment. You can get fast and comprehensive HIV testing, as well as screening for STIs for little to no cost. Appointments are recommended, but walk-ins are welcome. Located in the heart of Las Vegas near downtown, the center also provides an on-site pharmacy. Get more information at thecenterlv.org. This message is sponsored by a grant through the Sands Corporation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Understanding the many things in a mother's life affecting her pregnancy is important. You can help improve the health of all mothers and babies in Nevada by completing a Pregnancy Risk Assessment Monitoring System survey about your recent pregnancy. Also known as PRAMS, the survey is from the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The survey asks new moms about their experience before, during and after pregnancy. Responses are confidential and used to help improve the health of mothers and babies in Nevada. If you receive a PRAMS survey, please share your story. Learn more at nvprams.dpbh.nv.gov. That's nvprams.dpbh.nv.gov. This message sponsored by the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Unsafe sleep conditions cause serious injury and even death to infants. Never sleep with your baby on a sofa, in a chair, or in an adult bed. Protect the baby you love from becoming a tragic statistic. The only safe place for your baby to sleep is alone, on its back, in a crib, and in your room. For more information, visit cribsforkids.org. That's cribsforkids.org. This message is sponsored by the Division of Public and Behavioral Health, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tune in to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guys, Aaron and Jacob Taylor, every Saturday at 3 p.m. on 101.5.
This week's guests will be Ken Diaz and Brianna Johnson from the Clark County Assessor's Office.
The Real Estate Guy.
1015 FM KDAWN.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, let's do it some more pro wrestling at its finest here on KDAWN 1015 FM, the Talk of Las Vegas. You know, we're the top rated live show on KDAWN. Sunday morning, too. Gotta love that, man. Thank you, all of you, for listening. We do appreciate it. And it is a huge weekend, double or nothing. And for anybody out there, you know, hop on into that chat box on YouTube while you're listening to the show on KDAWN or the Odyssey app. Love to talk to you about, get your thoughts about what's going to happen today or what happened yesterday at WWE King and Queen of the Ring, too. But this is going to be an unbelievable card tonight. Cannot wait. You know, we're just a few hours away. I'm actually going to be heading over there. Well, let's see. Well, it's 9:30 now. I'm going to get over there about 2:30-ish to get lined up. So would love to see you over there and say hi. I'll have this good old Odyssey shirt on. Not changing. At least shirt anyway. But I'm doing broadcasting, so Lord knows what I'm wearing underneath the table. But anyway, thanks for being with us. I'm Mark Hoke, having an awesome time. And by the way, once again, we will get Dave Penza rescheduled. Promise we'll get him on the show because we want to talk about that book sitting ringside. That is fascinating. The only guy who was employed by WCW from day one till the end. So we'll look forward to talking to Dave. And of course, I want to thank Will Ospreay for taking the time out to join us on the Mark Hoke Show. That was just awesome. I've never done an interview with a guy sitting poolside before. Yeah, that was pretty cool. He's a great guy, and you could tell just the excitement of him being AEW and looking to try and bring AEW to some new heights. And they've been a little bit down lately, but tonight's going to be a good one. And certainly once again, come down and enjoy what's going to be some awesome wrestling. I'm telling you, everybody, it's going to be fantastic. You have some of the best pro wrestlers in the world on this card. And in fact, let's take a look at that card right now. Looks like on the kickoff show, Thunder Rosa is going to be taking on Deonna Purrazzo. Talk about two of the best women wrestlers in the world. This is going to be an absolute war. They've been jacking jaws at each other for a while. So that one's going to kick things off. Hard to say which way that one. See, this is going to be fun because, like I said earlier in the show, been somewhat predictable who's going to be winning matches. I don't know who's winning that one. I might lean Thunder Rosa on that, but that one could go either way. But two outstanding ladies wrestlers duking it out to get things rolling. The Acclaimed. It's going to be Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and daddy ass Billy Gunn duking it out with, they are now known as the Cage of Agony. Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. Toa Leona, who we all know from around here, and Bishop Khan. We saw a lot of those guys here in Las Vegas. All three of them, actually. But the Acclaimed, I lean the Acclaimed on this one. Get the crowd going a little bit. And, of course, we had that great interview with Anthony Bowens that's in our podcasts and up on YouTube as well. Had a lot of fun with Anthony. Got to scissor with Anthony. Yeah, don't tell anybody. But that was a lot of fun. But looking forward to seeing the Acclaimed going at it tonight. This one, and I'll tell you what, did Adam Copeland cut a promo that aired on Collision last night? Good Lord. As he defends the AEW TNT Championship in a barbed wire steel cage match against Malachi Black. And by the way, I walked past Malachi at the hotel last night. Man, that dude's scary. I heard he's a really nice guy. But good Lord. Yikes. That one is going to be an absolute war tonight, and I can't wait for that. But that was one we were talking about last night with everybody that was sitting in our section, that we wouldn't be surprised this one going either way, but it's going to be a fantastic match. So, of course, and for those of you WWEers who aren't as familiar with AEW, that's the formerly known as Edge, Adam Copeland. So look forward to seeing that one. But I'm going to lean Copeland, but really intriguing because Copeland would have to join the House of Black if he loses the match. So, that could be entertaining. But Copeland brought up the fact that he may steal away the guys from the House of Black if he wins the match. Called it the House of Blood. I was like, whoa, hey, there you go. But Copeland turned the tables a little bit. Great promo. We talked about this one. Roderick Strong, who's going to have Matt Taven and Mike Bennett from the Undisputed Kingdom in his corner. I would assume Wardlow is going to be around as well. Taking on Will Ospreay as he defends his AEW International Championship. That one I would expect Ospreay is going to walk out of there with the title. But, hey, you never know. Maybe, like I said, some shenanigans take place and Strong hangs on. Probably don't want to weaken the Undisputed Kingdom too much, but of course you don't want to weaken Will Ospreay either. So should be a good match there, but I'll lean Ospreay on that one. Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy as this feud continues. We had a great interview with Orange Cassidy that we did for the AEW Collision show last time they were here, Super Bowl weekend. And Orange Cassidy talking about how, he didn't want his friends to be broken up, him, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor. And, of course, we want to wish Chuck Taylor all the best. Has that degenerate bone issue that may have ended his career. So wish the gentleman, if he can come back, he can come back, but it may be over for Chuck Taylor. But should be a pretty entertaining match. We'll see if Trent Beretta can get over on this one. I'll still lean Orange Cassidy, but would be a nice win for Trent if he can get it. The Bang Bang Gang, Jay White and the Guns, Austin and Colton, will take on Death Triangle for the Unified World Trios Championship. Of course, they won the Ring of Honor and AEW Trios titles at the last pay-per-view, so they will be defending against Pac, Rey Fenix, and Penta El Zero Miedo. And I'll lean towards the Bang Bang Gang keeping the titles on that one, but that should be an exciting match. They had some fun last night. Chris Jericho with Big Bill in the corner in a three-way match for the FTW Championship. We can't say what that means. They'll be taking on Hook, who he took the title from, and Katsuyori Shibata. They ended up in a three-way match, and they Hook and Shibata, and they double submitted Brian Keith. Ouch. Not a good spot for Keith. But I would expect Hook's going to get that title back. But you never know if the Learning Tree will hold on to the title. But once again, a lot of these matches, as you're hearing in my voice, very unpredictable. Could go either way. So, pretty cool stuff. Jon Moxley got jumped by Takeshita last night. Well, he faces that man in an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match. So if Takeshita wins, he'll get a title match later on down the road. And you know what? I'm calling Takeshita wins this. With, of course, that bad man, Don Callis, in the corner. And boy, does he get booed out of a building. And then Tony Storm against Serena Deeb. And, oh, man. Tony cut a promo on Serena on Dynamite on Wednesday. Yikes. Of course, Serena talked about the seizures she had that she thought she may have was losing career, possibly passing away. But Tony, rather vicious. But once again, this is another one that could go either way. I'll lean Tony holds on to the title, but I would be thrilled to see Serena win this. I'm a big Serena Deeb fan, so wouldn't mind seeing Serena win the title. Willow Nightingale, who cut a really nice promo last night, boy, it makes you root for her. She takes on Mercedes Moné, who has her finally, she's going to wrestle everybody. Woohoo! Yeah. Been saving it up, I guess. But she will challenge for the AEW TBS Championship today. And I would predict Mercedes will probably walk out with the title, but there is a rivalry between these two. Of course, Mercedes got injured in a match in Japan against Willow, and Willow beat her over there. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, the Anarchy. That is one of the co-main events. We have the Anarchy in the Arena match as we get ready for the Elite. It'll be Okada, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks taking on Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, and FTR in what should be a pretty wild affair all over the MGM Grand Garden Arena. I don't know what's going to happen, but I would imagine the Elite's probably going to win that match, and it'll be another loss for Bryan Danielson. I hope he doesn't win or take the loss, but yikes. But should be a fun match. That will be fun for the fans. I'm hoping there's a fight amongst the press. They should. We need. It's funny that they never fight amongst the media. We need. What would be good? Well, as long as Darby keeps that flamethrower out of our area. Don't need any equipment getting torched, but be all right. But I'll lead on that one. And then this one, some of us were talking about this too. Swerve Strickland will defend the AEW World Championship against Christian Cage in the third main event. And boy, I'll tell you, some great promo work on this. Of course, a while back when Swerve was messing around, he actually had a while back in a promo had invaded Nick Wayne's home. Well, of course, Nick got him back and of course, they had trashed a picture of Nick Wayne's family in that. Well, Nick got Swerve back by having a picture of his children and Swerve's children and bloodied it up. Swerve and Christian. And, it's funny because there's a lot of people out there that despite this being Swerve's first title defense on a pay-per-view, there's a lot of people that wouldn't mind seeing Christian get the win here and walk out with the title. I'm going to lean Swerve. But boy, the work that Christian is doing. And of course, he's going to have his buddy Kill Switch and Nick Wayne and, of course, Mother Wayne in the corner as well. I don't know. Like I said, I think Swerve walks out, but would anybody be complaining with the work that Christian's doing that he ends up with the title? I don't know. I think everybody wouldn't be that upset about it. Maybe go a little back and forth with these two. That wouldn't be so bad. Having Christian run around with the AEW title for a little bit just to make him even more insufferable. All right. I can live with it. By the way, in the chat box, Gary Johnson says, violence is wrong, but wrestling is great. I just wish there was a Russian in there getting his butt kicked. Okay. Well, Nikolai Volkov action. All right. Yeah, no Russians for him around. Miro is a Bulgarian. He's not doing anything right now. But yeah, this is going to be a terrific card tonight. So once again, AEWTix.com. You can go down and check it out, and we would love to see you down there. It should be something pretty special. I think this is going to be a double or nothing. A lot of people are not going to forget anytime soon. Just because, like I said, I think there's a lot of, for the first time in a while, there's a lot of uncertainty on this card. A lot. So I'm going down here. I'm seeing 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5 or 6 matches on this card that could go either way. And that hasn't happened on AEW pay-per-view in a long time. So we'll see how this all turns out coming up just later on today, right here in our hometown of Las Vegas. So please, everybody, come out, show your support for AEW, and see some of the best wrestlers in the world. I mean, you start running down through here, Swerve and Christian and, Okada on this card. Bryan Danielson here. You got FTR, one of the best tag teams in the world, and along with the Young Bucks. Mercedes Moné making her first in-ring appearance for those WWE years. Sasha Banks making her first in-ring appearance for AEW. Serena Deeb and Tony Storm, great matchup. Mox is here. Chris Jericho, along with Shibata. You're seeing the Orange Cassidy, and of course Will Ospreay. Adam Copeland. I mean, this Malachi. I mean, this list just goes on and on and on. And it is going to be, like I said, a terrific night for AEW and a terrific night for pro wrestling here in Las Vegas. And of course, then we lead into NXT Battleground too. So it's going to be something. And just come on down. We'd love to see them. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we've got some well wishes and for a couple people who unfortunately are doing some hospital time from AEW, and one who apparently, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, Rick. He is the nature boy. Stick around. We've got a whole lot more to wrap it up here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN, best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. We'll be right back. We'll see you on the other side.
In Nevada, anything that goes into the storm drain goes directly to our local waterways, which can pollute Nevada's lakes and rivers. Nevada is the driest state in the nation, and we must work together to preserve our limited water resources for future generations of Nevadans. Here's some waterway wisdom so you can help do your part this spring. Clean up vehicle leaks and spills. Scoop your dog's poop, bag it, and discard it. Apply fertilizers and pesticides sparingly. Avoid sprinkler runoff. Don't litter. Secure trash in bins. Keep contaminants out of our storm drains. Use waterway wisdom. And remember, only rain should go into the storm drain. Join us in preserving Nevada's waters for future generations by visiting lovenvwaters.com and following us on social media. This message sponsored by the Nevada Department of Transportation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey Nevadans, prescriptions can be expensive. Let the Array RX discount card be your solution. Now available to all Nevada residents. Simply sign up for free. Show your pharmacist your digital card and save money. Receive discounts of up to 80% on certain medications. There are no age or income restrictions, and it only takes a minute to enroll, so you can get back to doing what makes you happy.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ready for your next vacation? Not so fast. Before you hit the road, remember these healthy habits to keep yourself and others safe and sanitary. Wash your hands after using the restroom, before eating and after blowing your nose. Sanitize airplane seats and tray tables. Sneeze or cough into a tissue or your elbow. And avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Lastly, make sure you're up to date on all your routine vaccines, including the COVID-19 vaccine. It's also important to get tested when necessary, such as if you develop COVID-19 symptoms before, during, or after travel. If you will be traveling to visit someone who is at a higher risk of getting very sick from COVID-19, or if you're in a situation with a greater risk of exposure during travel. Pack these tips on your next adventure. And remember, travel safely, Nevadans. This message is sponsored by a CDC grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you shopping for healthcare coverage for a small business? Whether you're renewing a plan or shopping for a new one, the Vegas Chamber Health Plan, backed by Anthem, has many of the advantages usually reserved for a larger organization, like access to care across Nevada at lower cost. Lock in quality health care at budget-friendly prices through July 2024. Go to vegaschamber.com/anthem. Brought to you by the Vegas Chamber in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're pregnant, and no matter what you do, no matter what you try, you can't stop using alcohol, drugs, or tobacco. But no matter how lost you are, how far along you are, it's not too late. There's always hope, and there are many safe places that can help you stop using. In Nevada, pregnant women are given the highest priority for substance use treatment. Low-cost treatment options may be available so you and your baby can get healthy now. If you or someone you love is pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant and using alcohol, drugs, or tobacco, visit SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org or call 211 to find help today. SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org also has resources for healthcare providers, friends, and family. If you want to help someone who's pregnant and using, visit SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org or call 211 today. Sponsored by the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health and in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
1015 FM KDAWN.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
All right, one more time behind the board, shall we? Let's do it. Wrap this thing up, and then we're going to get ready to head over to the MGM Grand Garden Arena for Double or Nothing. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, I'm so excited for this card tonight. I cannot wait. I want to thank AEW for everything they did, getting Anthony Bowens over here for us and Will Ospreay. And what an honor to interview both of those guys. Just a great time. So AEW always treats us well when they're in town, to say the least. So some tough news real quick. Jim Ross, if you didn't hear, he's going to miss AEW Double or Nothing. Actually ended up in the hospital. Apparently had some shortness of breath and has contracted Class A flu and had some raised heart enzymes and the breathing issues. Apparently he's doing okay. He's going to be better in a couple of days, but unfortunately JR had a little trip to the hospital, so we will not be seeing Jim Ross tonight. So sorry to hear that, but JR, get better, buddy. Man, one of the best of all time to do it. So we'll miss you, JR. Kenny Omega has undergone surgery for his diverticulitis. So he had the surgery, that was 10 days ago, but of course he cut that promo before he left and did it in a hospital bed. So we want to wish Kenny Omega all the best. Of course, that's going to be a long road back for Kenny, but we hope he's going to be doing okay. One guy who's recovering, and I can't wait to see him. Maybe he'll pop up tonight. Who knows? But Maxwell Jacob Friedman is on the road to recovery. Fightful Select has not confirmed whether he did have his surgery on his shoulder, but apparently they are reporting that they expect to have him back by the Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 30th, if not sooner. Well, sooner would kind of be tonight. So brace yourself. We could have an MJF sighting this evening. That would be entertaining. We had another couple interesting stories. Ric Flair apparently saying that, reiterating the thing that he wants to, pass away in the limelight. Of course, he already had said he wanted to die in the ring. I'm like, come on, dude. Nobody wants that. Just come on, Rick. Rick, no. Just be the other guy. You don't have to be the nature boy all the time, but we don't want that. But a very interesting story about another legend's son. Get this. If you remember when Sting retired, both of his sons came out to the ring and were like, man, they're jacked. They're ready to go, man. But they said, Sting said they have no interest in wrestling. Well, that changed in a hurry because apparently Sting's son, Steven, is training now to be a pro wrestler. Apparently, according to Fightful, he caught the bug after he did his thing at Revolution. And he is hanging out with Darby Allin and is training with him. And get this, he is sleeping in a tent in Darby's front garden. That's right. So apparently we could be having another Borden in professional wrestling. So how about that? Sting's son getting involved in pro wrestling. Interesting. So that's a pretty cool story right there. By the way, some TNA news. If you didn't hear this, a couple things going on in TNA. Jordan Grace on the TV tapings, unfortunately for her, she got a tiny chunk of her ear taken out. Yeah, that's right. On the May 23rd episode of the TNA Impact, she was defending the title against Marty Bell and had a small portion of her ear ripped out by Marty Bell's fishnets. That's not cool. But she did finish the match and successfully defended her title. But yeah, Jordan Grace going the McFoley route. Probably didn't need to do that. But so wish Jordan Grace all the best on that. We also have a TNA World title match set up for Against All Odds. And guess what? Moose will be facing, Matt Hardy. So we're going to get Matt Hardy and Moose at TNA Against All Odds. That should be pretty interesting to say the least. Mustafa Ali is also going to be defending against Trent Seven. So that should be pretty interesting. And also, we had the Nemeth boys in town, and they're going to be taking on the system for the Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers for the TNA World Tag titles. So pretty intriguing card there for TNA Against All Odds coming up on June 14th. That is coming to you. Let's see. And I apologize. Lost the location of where that card is. Chicago, Illinois. Excuse me. Also, by the way, spoiler, cover your ears for a second if you need to. Spoiler. Okay, you're done. AJ Francis, of course, who has taken all that flack from Joe Hendry, has won his first title. Congratulations. I give him flack on X, but he won the TNA digital media title. It is his first title in a major promotion. So congratulations, AJ Francis. I'm sure you celebrated with champagne and Cheez-Its. Way to go, AJ Francis. So good for him. That's pretty cool. But he does a lot of good work. I mean, AJ, for all the flack that he took for that missed dive and everything, and everything that happened in WWE, is a very entertaining guy. And so for him to win a title and get a little respect on his name in TNA, that's nice. I mean, I'm happy for the guy, and he's a lot of fun. So wish him all the best, and we'll see. Oh, it's a Joe Hendry, AJ Francis feud in the making. Oh, that'd be all right. I think some people would enjoy that. And kids, that's going to do it for us here on the Mark Hoke Show. Want to thank everybody and that, of course, all the outlets that covered our stories and interviews. Want to give a big thanks to AEW, but also, of course, want to thank all of our listeners out there. We greatly appreciate everybody that tunes in every week for our show. But I'm going to see you out there tonight. Come on out. Get down there for AEW Double or Nothing. It is going to be an awesome afternoon and evening here in Las Vegas. Would love to see you. If you catch me, say hi. I'll try and tweet out about where I am. But for all of us at Odyssey and, of course, at KDAWN, we thank you, and we will see you next time on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll let you know what all went down at AEW Double or Nothing and all the rest of the news from the world of pro wrestling, everybody. Have a great afternoon, Las Vegas. We'll see you at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Have a great day. Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join the Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.
All